I still remember Vince's dunk contest, and obviously, you're a part of that. And
Unfortunately.
yeah, and you were a part of that. But to go from that guy who we were just learning about, the athleticism was just starting to show, to the guy you become in Orlando. Did you always feel that was the shots you needed? And when you became a part of the Magic, was that part of their conversation with you? Like, we know what you're capable of, and that Toronto wasn't necessarily the place you got to show it, but we believe that you could be X, Y, and Z, and that's kind of when you became a star.
They didn't know.
Really?
No, they didn't know. What I did in Orlando, they didn't know. No one knew that. No one knew that, right? I didn't show, I showed that I was athletic. I showed I was skilled. But that shit that was in Orlando was on a whole nother level, bro. Like, I was doing shit that nobody did, since Bob McAdoo days. You know what I mean? I was a third wheel. Mine was supposed to be Tim Duncan and Grant Hill. And then me, right? Tim Duncan, because, and this is allegedly, didn't sign because Doc Rivers wouldn't allow your spouse to fly on a plane for road games. So that's why he didn't sign, allegedly. I've heard of that. Grant Hill even told that story.
Right.
And we all know what happened to G Hill. Right. You know what I mean? So it was like, here you go, bro. You signed. Now, I signed the biggest contract from a guy that came off the bench was a max deal. Mm-hmm. So I was the first to do that. And it's like, Grant Hill is out, looking at you like, bro, you got to carry this franchise. Mm-hmm. So the pressure was on. Guess who ain't gonna crack? I had to go put in the work, and I'm not even gonna lie, I surprised myself on what I was able to accomplish in terms of scoring. So I thought I was gonna be like, Scottie Pippen, 20 points, 6, 7 rebounds, 6, 7 assists, but not 26, average 32.
How much of that, though, the motivation in that came from being close to home? You're back in Florida, back in Orlando, very close to home. The guy who wore number 1 before you in Orlando, we all know what he stood for. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Penny Hardaway. Mm-hmm. How much of having Penny, not replacing Penny, but wanting to be the best number 1 or Magic player ever, how much of that was motivation and influence?
So, growing up in Central Florida, and, when Penny came to town, because I watched Penny at Memphis State, and when we got Penny became my idol. Penny became my inspiration because I saw myself in Penny. And when I had the opportunity to put on that jersey, I couldn't let my guy down. Because when I tell you, bro, you couldn't say nothing negative to me about Penny Hardaway. Like, that was my Michael Jordan. Like, that motherfucker was cold.
Real talk.
Bro. Oh, man. Yeah. Bro, he had it all. You know what I mean? The swag, just everything about Penny, I just love. And I couldn't let my guy down. So that was my motivation, and that's why I wore number 1. Like, my dog put it down in his jersey. I seen it in person. You know what I mean? I remember going to a playoff game when they was playing Miami, and Penny dropped 42 that night. And I went to his house. Now, the first time I met Michael Jordan, I was in high school. They were playing in the playoffs against Atlanta. MJ just killed them. So I'm in the back. Somehow my coaches, they pulled some string and got me in the back. So I'm back there. Scottie comes out. Rodman comes out. Moments later, MJ come walking out, bro, and he was glowing, dog. I said, damn, he glowing, bro. And it was the same. I went to Penny's house after that game, man, and it just had that same effect on me. I was like, that's my guy, bro. I didn't know what to say, but to be in his presence just did everything for me. And then even when I got drafted, like, I used to call Penny. He used to take my calls all the time, so we forever had that bond, and I still talk to him to this day, but that was my motivation, man, and I had to put it down for my guy.
Man, it's crazy to hear you mention those names. Like, even me sitting here with you, I ain't gonna lie, like I still fan out about having this job. You know what I mean? When I hit Gerard, I was like, hey man, you think you can give me T-Mac number? I was like, text him first and ask him. But I'd like it, you know what I mean? And like sitting across from you, I'm remembering moments and I was like, golly, this dude was different. But to hear you talk about MJ and hear you talk about Penny, you have that same sort of reverence for them. My favorite basketball player of all time is Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And anytime I get an opportunity on this show to hear stories, whether they've been told or not, I just want them to be told on our platform. I was mad at you for like 10 seconds one time, right? You come down, you hit Kobe with the bink bink, my dog tripped, right? Kobe tripped a little bit, you hit the jumper. I was like, all right, now I gotta hate T-Mac forever.
Oh, he came back.
Take us through, man, what it's like after you hit him with it, then Kobe comes down, that's the dunk, slap the backboard, get the tee.
So, me and Kobe used to go at it, right? I mean, to take you even back, like, that was my brother. You know what I mean? I think I was 19, Kobe was 20. When he was still living with his parents, I used to go out there, I used to stay with him. You know what I mean? Me and Kobe would sit in his room, he'll watch all these home videos of MJ, watch karate flicks. Like, Kobe was different, bro. I mean, just different than any other 19 or 20-year-old guy that I've ever come across. Very intelligent. I mean, just he had it all. And so we had that thing, and we took a trip to Paris, and we had a great time over there. So we were competitive, all the time. And when I started becoming into my own as a basketball player, he noticed that. And then you got the barbershop talk. Who's better, T-Mac or Kobe, right? Yeah. We the best two wings at that time. So Kobe take heed to all that. He listened to all that stuff. So he wanted to go out and prove a point. So do I, right? So every time we face each other, it was a battle, man. And it was like, what y'all need to do is everybody just get the hell off the court
right.
and let me and this dude just go at it, because that's what it was. I come down, I hit him with something, boom, boom, make him fall, make the jumper. He'll come down. Now, that exact same play, when he came down and dunked on my whole team, my job is to send Kobe baseline, right? Don't let Kobe go to the middle. So send baseline, help's supposed to come. Help didn't come quick enough. And he help didn't come quick enough, man. He dunked. Yeah, you could tell, like, he was mad as hell that he fell, because he smacked the backboard so hard off of that dunk. But, man, it was, for Kobe, man, it brought the best out of you as a basketball player that you didn't know you had inside of you, because this dude is built different, right? He's built different, and he's gonna come at you every single play. He's just relentless. But you gotta match that. Mm-hmm. And if you don't match that, you're gonna have a long ass night. And I loved it. I relished those opportunities.
Kobe had a 20-plus year career. And in an interview, he was quoted as saying, "You are the toughest opponent he had ever faced." He's played the numerous players over that time. Like, what do you think when he says that?
It validates me as, certified hooper. You know what I mean? Regardless of what anybody says in terms of what I didn't accomplish. For him to state that just lets me know I was that dude. Yeah. Right? And no, I didn't win no championships, but it takes a team to do that shit. But when it comes to an individual player and who I was and the work that I put in, that's all I need to hear.